Coming up next, it's the Pro Wrestling Report Primetime Television. We've got an exclusive interview with TNA Superstar Kurt Angle. Be the booker for WWE Bragging Rights 10 Best Viewer Mail, Fan of the Week, and discussion on this past Monday's WWE Raw and more. This is the Pro Wrestling Report Primetime.
And now, celebrating 13 years on the air, this is the Pro Wrestling Report Primetime with David Hero, Frank Cosentino, Linda Kay, the man they call Meathead, and Damian Nelson. All the latest from World Wrestling Entertainment, total nonstop action wrestling, and more. This is the Pro Wrestling Report Prime Time. Kurt Angle, welcome to the Pro Wrestling Report.
Thanks for having me on, guys.
Anytime, Kurt. It's been a wild last couple of weeks for you, coming off of Bound for Glory, and then Jeff Jarrett taking you out last Thursday on Impact. Give us a little bit of a story as to what is going on in your wrestling life right now, given the fact that you made that statement that if you did not win at Bound for Glory, you would retire.
I said that I would retire if I didn't win, and with everything that went on, and obviously Hulk Hogan and Eric Bischoff getting involved in the finish, I didn't win, so I was going to state my retirement last Thursday, and but I wanted to have a discussion with Bischoff and Hogan, who would not talk to me, so I looked at it as if they didn't want to talk to me and give me an answer why they did what they did at Bound for Glory. Then I looked at it as, I didn't win the title, but I didn't necessarily get pinned either, so I didn't lose. So I kind of decided that maybe I won't retire. Unfortunately, I got in a situation, a little bit of an argument with Jeff Jarrett, and was jumped by a few security guards, and I got handcuffed and thrown headfirst through a wall, and I injured my neck, my elbow, and also my ribs. So I don't know where I'm going to go from here. I was considering retiring if I lost, and also for my own health issues. But right now I'm going to be probably coasting a little bit and not going that much on TV. But I don't think I'm going to retire yet. Not right now, especially after what Jeff did to me.
Well, exactly. Right now, wrestling needs you. I mean, with Hulk Hogan and his group of 15 or 20, married men that he has right now. I mean, right now is the perfect time for Kurt Angle to take some of these younger baby faces under his wing, and fight the good fight, I guess.
Yeah, it's our show's getting a little bit. I guess radical. It's there's a lot of the heels we're very heel heavy right now.
Yeah.
And,
just a little.
Yeah, and I'm the top guy there. So, being out with injury right now and looking around, there isn't a real lot to go with right now. So I know the Pope's there and Anderson's there and RVD and. I know they'll do a good job, but don't count me out completely. But, I know that my body is only capable of doing what it can do right now. I've been going really, really hard for TNA for the last 4 years, so this is kind of probably a good time for me to take a little bit of a break without, I'll be on TV here and there, but I don't think I'll be wrestling that much.
And Kurt, as we said before, best wrestler in the world today. That's not something that should be sneezed at, obviously, but you put yourself through, I'll just say it, hell to deliver the amount of action and athleticism and pure wrestling ability out there. It just has to really take a substantial toll on your body over the course, as you said, going nonstop for the last 4 years. Granted, a shorter schedule in TNA than in WWE, but it's just fascinating to watch you perform and wrestle and just wonder what toll is it taking on your body long term.
Those swantons from Jeff Hardy are brutal. I don't know how Kurt keeps taking those every week.
I dislocated my ribs at No Surrender, and I re-dislocated them again. This time they couldn't pop them back in at Bound for Glory. Yeah, I took a swanton from the top of the rope outside on the cement floor from Jeff, and I think I caught every pound that he had right on my ribs and my stomach.
Yeah.
So the thing is, if I can't wrestle the way I do, I don't really know how to slow down.
Right.
I have to go 200%. If I can't do that, then I probably won't wrestle. I just that's how I've always been. I've been very intense, and if I can't deliver that kind of performance, and that's what I get paid to do.
Mm-hmm.
I get paid very well to put on the best matches every time, and it's my responsibility to do that. So I have to keep up that intensity, and a lot of people tell me, slow down, save it. I really don't know how to do that.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever will learn.
TNA overall, obviously the company saw success with Bound for Glory, success with that big live Impact the week before. Obviously, really with this Jeff Hardy thing, Hulk Hogan, Jeff Jarrett, Dixie Carter, a lot going on in the company right now. The state of affairs in TNA as you see them, Kurt Angle, what would you say?
I'd say right now we have the best talent roster, even better than WWE.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a matter of connecting the dots. We got so many great young guys that, need that extra shove. And, it's really up to the veterans to help do that. There's a really big generation gap between the two. I'll give you an example is, you have Ric Flair and Hulk Hogan still, not really that active, but they're,
Right.
Sting and Kevin Nash who are in their 50s. Jeff Jarrett's up there in his late 40s. Myself, I'm 41, but I'm probably the youngest of the old group.
Mm-hmm.
Then it breaks, and then the talent beneath us. There aren't that many guys that are at that main event level.
Right.
AJ Styles is one that I'm saying that is completely TNA homegrown talent.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really up to us to, before we bow out, is to really make these guys into big stars. And they got to do it themselves, too. But you're going to start seeing a lot of newer, fresh talent this next year step up because, it's time for some of the guys to bow out and retire. And it's time to make new talent. I even watched the other company, and I don't know 98% of the roster anymore if I watch it.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they are kind of in a position as well.
Yeah.
Of course, we're in a better position because we still do have the older talent staying active. A lot of their talent has left.
Yeah.
So it's mainly John Cena, and John Cena. That's something you don't want to have, and that's something I definitely don't want to carry on my shoulders is, Kurt Angle having to perform every TV and every pay-per-view and having to put on the best match of the night every single time.
Yeah.
I don't want that to happen because then the company will rely solely on me. It has for some time, but now we're starting to see other guys stepping up, which is a good sign.
Kurt, last week, big sexy Kevin Nash and TNA couldn't come to a new contract. What is a guy like him when he is no longer in the locker room? What does that do for the growth of some of these young guys, where they could go to him or they could go to you and say, "Hey, what do you think about this?"
Kevin is really smart. It's not all about money with Kevin. He really understands the business.
Mm-hmm.
If I were anybody that was starting a promotion and I need someone to book the show, I'd have Kevin do it. He is very intelligent. He knows the business. He knows how to make the fans flock in. He's done it when he did the NWO. He did it when he was up in WWE. He works harder now, and he's 53 years old. He works harder now than he did when he was younger because he still wants to prove to himself and everybody else that he can still go.
Yeah.
And I respect that about Kevin, but so know that Kevin's near the end of his career, and he does have a lot of knowledge, and it's very important to keep a guy like Kevin around because he does know how to get over. He does know how to He knows what the fans want. He knows how to do it. I don't think I've ever met anyone that understood the business, especially a big, like Kevin, that understood the business and knows what needs to be told. So I'd really love to have Kevin around for another year or two to help the younger guys, and they know they can go to him. And he's, sometimes he gets a little erratic and, might speak his mind too much.
Yeah.
But that's Kevin Nash, and that's the beauty of him. But I give him a lot of credit. I've learned a lot from Kevin, and he's always said from the beginning, give the ball to Kurt, give the ball to Kurt, keep giving the ball to Kurt until we can't go anymore. And I respect that from him. But I'm getting to the point where I don't necessarily want the ball right now. So I do what I can, and I do as hard as I can. But you can only go so long, so hard before you. And that's where I am right now. I probably do need a little bit of a break before I come back.
TNA Impact Thursday nights on Spike TV, followed by TNA Reaction. Kurt Angle, thank you very much for joining us here on the Pro Wrestling Report. We look forward to talking to you again soon.
Thanks for having me on, guys.